Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at some of the Spring 24 updates. I will be showing you the release overview deck. It's a really great resource. I like it better than the release notes because there's a lot of screenshots and they have each section broken out on kind of like a glossary in the front. Specifically, we're going to be taking a look at the flow updates and the mobile updates in this video. But make sure you check out the link in the description. There is the link to the PowerPoint slide that they've prepared, and you can go through it and take a look at all the other updates you may be interested in. But make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'm putting out Salesforce content all the time, and let's jump into this video. So like I said, the link for this is in the description. This is a Google Docs slide deck that you can take a look at with all the 24 release notes. Now on slide 3, they have the table of contents that you can navigate around for yourself. So we're going to start off taking a look at flow updates, and we're going to click here. It looks like slide 54. All right, so the first update coming for Spring 24 for Salesforce flows is the reactive long text area. So the long text area now reacts to changes on the same screen. So users often want to create dynamic templates or blocks of text based on radio buttons or other criteria changing on the screen. So the solution is you create a text formula resource and use it in the default value of the long text area component. Ensure your flow is running API 59 or higher. And below is an example. So as you can see here, they've created a resource. It's an if statement. So if case type is user story, you call on a text formula, or you call on a resource called story description that will pre-populate the long text area, or you could do case type equals bug. You use the bug template. So it kind of pre-fills it out for them. So it creates a case description template based on case type selected. So that was the use case. And users will dynamically be able to display messages based on criteria on the same screen. This is a really great update because if you've played with the dynamic screen components, there are a bunch of things you can do currently. You know, you can use a data table to select some records and have it the screen react, or you could set up some other resources, but long text area was not one of those. So having that functionality added in is great. Next, we are looking at the reactive text templates. So create scalable reactive screen flows with text template resources. So this ties in to the update before. So you create a text template resource with plain text mode selected, then reference any screen, same screen component within it. Below is an example. So you have case summary, priority is case priority, assignee is case assignee, and then the type is case type. So you create a reusable confirmation message that can be used in multiple reactive display text messages across the screen that contain references to the same to some components on the screen. So this is very, very helpful, ties right into the update previously. Next, we have data table row selection now maintained on search. So this is a great update. So previously, when a customer needed to search across records with a data table, any selections made previously to the search would be lost. Now selections are maintained. This is great. I use data tables all the time in my flow solutions. They're a really great tool, but that was a huge limitation that you had. You could search for a record, select something, and try to search something else to select it to. Your selection disappeared. So this is a great add-in, and I'm really happy to see that added into the update. Next, we have input validation for more components. So ability to validate input from custom and standard components. There's no easy way to validate the input coming from custom components and our standard Lightning components like name, address, data, table, and email. So in supported components, provide an error message and a formula that must evaluate to true for the screen to proceed in the validate input section of a component configuration. So this ensures users create contacts that match their account state or country, ensure an opportunity that's selected from a data table is in the right stage before proceeding. So over here they have, you can see in the resource picker, they have a formula that they've built in for this. So this is a nice update for data tables for data table validation and component validation. So this is great to see. I'm glad they're adding in more validation functionality for this. Next, we have the release update and enable secure redirection for flows. So provide a safer URL redirection for flows. Many customers have a requirement to restrict where users can be redirected after their after they create screen flows. This feature blocks requests to redirect users to URLs that don't meet the additional validation requirements. So use cases when a flow is launched from a custom button and finishes take the user to an external website. So some requests may be blocked if validation requirements are not met, and users will see an invalid page redirection error. So this is a nice security feature coming in. And what's kind of interesting is the enforcement is scheduled for spring of 25, but this is already rolling out. So this is something you're gonna want to become familiar with if you're using flow redirections. All right, this is a really cool new feature called repeaters. It's in beta form, and I've been taking a look at this myself, and I think this could be very useful. So when admins need to collect multiple sets of data, they often don't know how the end users will need to add. The only way to accomplish this is to manually reroute the user back to the same screen. So this is going to allow the user to create multiple contacts, accounts, whatever record type, all in one screen. So you add a repeater component to your screen, drag other components into the repeater and configure them. Then you add a loop to your flow to map the resulting collection data into the right data structure. And then you can create records or external callouts, commit the data you collected in the repeater. So you can add work and education history to a job application, add vehicles and drivers to insurance policy. I've seen this demoed. It's really cool. I can't wait to actually use this in my sandboxes. So if you haven't already, you can Google this. There's some other people that have created little GIFs that you can check out of it. It's really cool. Another cool feature we have in beta form is transform. So you can seamlessly map, transform, and optimize your data journey. So the customer need is customers oftentimes need to visualize, map, and transform data within complex data hierarchies. The transform element helps customers do this in a simple and visual manner. So the solution is you map from a collection to a number of fields to start aggregating. Click on the plus on the source data to add multiple input sources. Enter a primitive value without merge fields into a formula editor and static value. So you can now aggregate roll-up summary from a collection, count and sum. Use multiple inputs to source multiple input sources to transform your data. Define static values and mappings. So users will have the additional element available to them to enable them to easily transform their data in a visual manner. So this is a really cool feature as well. This is something I'm gonna have to play with to see how it really works and get familiar with it. And that is the last update for Flow. They have Flow orchestration, which you can take a look at, but now we're gonna move on to mobile. All right, taking a look at the first mobile update, we have mobile offline. So this is a pro code LWC based offline app experience. So organizations often need to ensure productivity offline. When back online, they need to keep data consistent with regular syncs and recorded meetings, record metering and conflict resolution. So within the Salesforce mobile app, you can now select a offline mode from the app launcher pro code solution. So the impact is you can ensure productivity even when there is no internet connection. This is a really great feature, and I'm glad to see this is out there because, yeah, if you don't have cell service or Wi-Fi, you're not able to use the mobile app if you don't have this configured. So this is a really neat update, and I'm glad they're adding this in. Next, we have Einstein Copilot on mobile is in beta form. If you don't know what Einstein Copilot is, I made a video a while ago about it, but other people have as well, so make sure to check it out. But it's basically Salesforce's conversational AI assistant. That's basically what it is. And you can build it into your mobile application now. So a conversational AI assistant built into the user experience of every Salesforce application on mobile helps customers get trustworthy answers to their questions. So it requires GA purchase of Einstein Copilot, and org permission must be enabled. But the use case is it drives productivity, and it can help users with natural language questions and receive relevant and trustworthy answers that are grounded in secure proprietary company data. It's supposed to increase productivity. I think it is really cool. It does cost more money to have it in your org at your work, which is kind of the way Salesforce runs. You know, they kind of nickel and dime you with a lot of the features, but it is what it is. But this will be really cool to play with in a sandbox to see how it functions. Next, we have Einstein Prompt Builder Field Input. So artificial intelligence to update fields. So this is pretty cool. Building off of kind of Einstein Copilot, this is the prompt builder. So you can configure using Prompt Studio and enable via dynamic forms. Einstein Field Gen is enabled and applied in Lightning App Builder for users to get the most out of Einstein AI. So the use case is Einstein Field Input gives users the power of next-gen artificial intelligence on their mobile devices to accurately input data. So it's supposed to increase productivity and faster record updates. Like I said, this is going to be a great feature, and especially as it gets more and more intelligent over time. I think with AI, we're headed further into that rabbit hole, and we're going to keep going there. So learning this technology is going to be key for us admins. So I'm excited to play with this in the sandbox and learn more about it as well. Next, we have Dynamic Forms on mobile. So Dynamic Forms is now available on mobile. So if you're not familiar with Dynamic Forms, basically it allows admins to use drag and drop tools in Lightning App Builder to optimize the field level visibility rules on records. Dynamic Forms improves load time, performance, and simplifies the end user UI. So the use case is certain sales reps should see more fields than their counterparts in the same profile. So now you can configure that for the mobile, just like you have been doing in Lightning App Builder if you're using Dynamic Forms. Next, we have Dynamic Actions on mobile. So they're now available for mobile. Same thing, it allows admins to enable conditional rules for actions on record pages on mobile configured in Lightning App Builder. You can add flexibility and controls to actions on your record pages. So org-wide, organization wants to trigger action based on certain criteria for a specific set of users. You can now configure that. It's the exact same as desktop experience now, but they've expanded it into mobile. And this is a great feature. I'm glad to see we are adding this dynamic actions and dynamic forms into mobile. And that is the last mobile update. Like I said, make sure to dive in and look at some of the other really cool updates that are coming to Salesforce. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave it a like. That lets me know you enjoyed the video, and I'll make more videos like these in the future. Little channel update. I know I've taken a couple of months off from posting. Work has been busy, life has been a little busy, but I am back to posting videos on my channel. I have a long list of videos that I'm wanting to make, and yes, I am still studying for my Salesforce developer certification right now. So video update coming on that very, very soon. I appreciate all the support, and I will see you in the next video.